Coming up, you teach people to breathe like a horse.
I do.
That was one of our favorite stories of 2024. Join us as we look back at others, including exercises to remedy tech neck, unique restaurants, inspiring stories, and tips to improve your billiard skills. All that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to a special year-end episode of SoFlo Health. Thank you. Thank you. I'm Hunter Frankie. Please. Thank you so much. And today, all right, really? For today? Thank you. I appreciate it. And today, we are going over some of our favorite stories, the people, the places that we've been that made 2024 healthier and happier for everyone here in South Florida. From the inspiring wellness transformations to the groundbreaking local programs, there's a lot to celebrate, and we are excited to share it all with you. However, this isn't just about reminiscing. This is about looking forward to a brighter future. In fact, our first story that we'll take a look back on, we take you to Tomorrow's Rainbow, where they're helping families and children navigate the healing journey of grief through compassionate care and the help of some four-legged friends. So let's take a look back at the magic that they bring to everyone who visits. Abby, you're the head honcho here. What are we going to learn today? What is Tomorrow's Rainbow all about?
Tomorrow's Rainbow is a special place for teens and families who are healing from grief or trauma.
And what does Spirit do here?
Well, Spirit is one of our therapy horses. She works with children and teens who are in our equine-assisted psychotherapy program. Occasionally, she works with our middle school and high school groups as well in our bereavement support groups.
So, there's something you'd mentioned before we got started here that I would like to bring on camera now, and that's that you teach people to breathe like a horse.
I do. You want to give it a try?
Yeah, let's try. I was going to say, let's do it.
Okay. First thing that you're going to do is take your finger and look and see where Boo is breathing. And then what I want you to do is put your finger where you see that breath, where you see his belly go out and his belly go in. And then what I want you to do is I want you to focus on his breathing as you try to match your breathing. But concentrate on his breathing. Now, if he's breathing too fast, then you can slow your breathing down and he'll slow his breathing down. And once you feel comfortable, you're going to go to your full palm. And I want you to think about that breath going up your arm and into your lungs as you start to match your breathing with Boo's breathing. Now what I'm going to have you do is I'm actually going to have you go belly to belly with him. So you're going to find that spot and put your belly right face in. There you go. And you're going to feel his breath.
Thanks, Boo. It's organizations like that that truly remind us how powerful compassion and community coming together can be. Now, let's shift gears. If you spent too much time in front of a computer or your phone recently, you're definitely familiar with the discomfort that comes along with tech neck. Fortunately for us, Dr. Kyle Krupa invited us into Crew Lab earlier this year to show us some simple ways to relieve the strain and improve our posture at the same time. So let's check back in one more time with Dr. Kyle Krupa.
So we're going to start in this W position here. Okay. Drive your elbows down, right? And this creates like a W here. Now reach up into a diamond position where you're going to touch your fingertips up over your head. So what I want you to try to focus on is bringing that rib cage down and in while still maintaining the back of your hand up against the wall. This is one of those exercises where you want to spend a lot of time under tension. So that means we're doing about 2 sets of 30.
This one feels good. This is one of my favorite.
Good, so now that this is fired up, we can go to our next exercise, which is gonna be on the Swiss ball. And I'm gonna have you bring your arms out to the side, keep your chin down, but we're still using these muscles now against gravity. Good, and then now lock out your arms. Good, and we're pinching right back here. We're gonna take our weights, and then let's bring that up overhead now. And then now you're gonna bring it into a I position. So up here, you're trying to touch my hands. There you go. Good, keeping your chin down. Come on, lock them out, lock them out. Good. Chest stays down. Oh my God.
Wow. How many reps or sets, or how many times a week do they need to do something like this to combat a lifestyle that's sedentary?
You're spending, 8, 9, 10 hours in front of a screen, so you have to be doing this stuff at least once a day, minimum. When you start to lose form, obviously that's when you want to stop, but if you're still maintaining good form, then you want to be able to get through this routine in probably about 10 minutes.
The look back at our 2024 favorites continues with healthy eats and beautiful flowers.
Focusing on you. Innovations in modern medicine from your team of experts at UHealth, the University of Miami Health System.
Since she was a little girl, Lorraine Luca couldn't eat without feeling sick.
You get pains and discomfort and a lot of nausea.
Lorraine was diagnosed with gastroparesis, a condition where the stomach doesn't empty properly, says UHealth gastroenterologist Dr. Sunil Amin.
As a result, food gets retained in the stomach and patients develop symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, early satiety, which means you get full after just a few bites of food, bloating.
Dr. Amin performed a highly specialized procedure on Lorraine called G-POEM. This helped to relieve her debilitating symptoms, giving her back quality of life.
G-POEM stands for gastric peroral endoscopic myotomy, and it's a minimally invasive endoscopic procedure we do through the mouth with the goal of cutting the muscle at the end of the stomach called the pylorus. And we think in patients with gastroparesis that muscle is too tight, and this allows food to pass more easily into the small intestine from the stomach.
Lorraine had the procedure in April and noticed a pretty dramatic change.
I got a veggie wrap, so it's like this big. I ate the whole thing and I didn't feel sick.
Lorraine credits Dr. Amin and the G-POEM procedure for eating without worry. Her advice?
No matter what your symptoms are, if it's affecting you, just check it out. It might help you.
Would a $500 Goya Seasonings Greetings gift card improve your financial health? It may be just what the doctor ordered. Go to local10.com/contests to register. The Goya's Seasonings Greetings ends January 3rd, 2025, so enter today. Go to local10.com/contests for your chance to win Goya's Seasonings Greetings $500 gift card giveaway. Because if it's Goya, it has to be good. Thank you so much. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and if you're just joining us, we've been going over some of our favorite features of 2024. Our next story is about a man who is serving not only great food, but serving as an inspiration. Rocco Mangel is the charismatic owner of Rocco's Tacos. He was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, but he's fighting it with positivity and determination. He's not only raising awareness, but proving that a diagnosis doesn't define you. So let's check in with our good friend Rocco once more. We were here a few years ago, and we shared the healthy options you had then. Since then, it seems that you have even more healthy options. What was the inspiration for that?
I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2015, and I kind of learned about the disease and what different foods do to the body and how you can eat your way in or out of different types of inflammation.
What have you learned that you'd like to share with people that are maybe just now discovering they have MS or that have been dealing with it for a while?
So the most important thing is to listen to your doctor. He's put me on a program once a month. I have an infusion, and I just follow the doctor's orders, and I par for the course. I exercise first thing in the morning. I eat healthy. All of these things here would be something I'd eat. I eat gluten-free. You know, exercising on the days that I don't want to exercise makes me feel better than anything. So like pushing myself forward to get through the next goal is what helps me the most with MS.
Well, I'd love to continue this conversation.
Okay.
But I feel like we should dive in here now and get some food.
So I think we should start with the seafood molcajete with the gluten-free corn tortillas, right? Everything's made fresh. Ready?
Cheers.
Cheers. It's almost like a Veracruz, you know?
Corn tortilla. Love it. All right, Rocco. Well, thank you so much. This is amazing. We've got some damage to do here, and we'll see you in just a bit. Now, let's take a moment to enjoy the little things, like coffee and flowers. Ann's Florist and Coffee Bar, which is also located right there on Los Olas, bring together caffeine and creativity in the best way possible.
We are at Ann's Florist and Coffee Bar on Las Olas Boulevard. We're a florist, we are a cafe, and we are a full bar. We don't carry your basic flower in the store. We try to create like a more unique style floral arrangement.
Things have changed since the 1970s when my mom was first in business.
Now, I'm guessing that your mom was Ann?
Yes, yes, she is. And she was self-trained. She's good at pretty much everything. She can paint, she could draw, she could do a lot of things. So this is natural for her.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier with Taylor about how this is such a staple for Las Olas.
And that's probably the thing that makes me the happiest about the business, is something that's recognized on probably one of the nicest streets in the county.
Yeah.
Is something very satisfying.
What is this that you're putting?
Okay, so this is called dianthus. It kind of looks a little kind of prehistoric, but it's actually in the carnation family, and it's been hybridized to be fluffy, and the color, it's known for its chartreusey green color, which is what everybody likes. And it lasts like 2 weeks, so it's a long-lasting flower.
Here we are.
Yep, ready to make someone happy that's been having a bad day.
It's making me happy, and I'm having a great day.
Well,
so,
good. Well, very good.
Question I have for you, how do you care for something like this?
The main thing is you want to make sure it always has water. The tendency is you bring flowers home, or someone sends you flowers, you look at them the first day, and then you don't look at them for 5 days and you go, oh my gosh, it's dry. Fill it up every day.
Every day.
Water is important.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the biggest mistake people make besides that?
Probably putting it in under an air-conditioned vent or in the direct sunlight.
Oh.
A lot of people think they need sun. It's a cut flower, so it really likes light, but not direct sun.
Okay. Well, Kim, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to go check out the cafe.
I know.
Have fun.
Bye-bye.
In pretty much any medical field, early detection is huge for the patients. And we've been visiting Dr. SoFlo over the years as he's developed a device to help do that in his own practice. And now he's helping take that technology and make it more accessible to everyone. Let's go talk to the doctor. Dr. SoFlo, good to see you again. What's new with the ThermPix device?
Well, now it's FDA cleared and it is being used all over the world. We've got it in multiple countries, used both in research and in the clinical capacity to be able to see things that we've never seen before with no radiation. It actually accepts the infrared temperature. It doesn't emit anything. So it's basically like taking a very fancy picture, but that picture tells us things we've never seen before, particularly on the legs.
How is this helping other clinicians that you've supplied?
So the ultrasound lab seems to be the actual bottleneck of most of the vein clinics, and this makes it more efficient, picks up more vessels along the way that need to be treated, and ultimately helps patients to understand and become more compliant during the process.
Now, is this something that's a replacement for ultrasound? Does it work in tandem with ultrasound?
It works in tandem with ultrasound. We have an FDA indication for adjunctive use. So while you're using an ultrasound, you want to get more out of your ultrasound, consider using the ThermPix device. It really makes the ultrasound even more useful. It helps us with mapping. So you'll find more vessels. The lab will be more efficient, probably about 25%, a little faster. So we can also use it periodically in screening and pre-screening before an ultrasound in health fairs and those sorts of environments.
Right, so this is even helpful for the other clinicians that you provide this to, because an ultrasound requires a tech and somebody to be able to understand it as well as operate it, whereas this is something anybody can check out and easily understand because it's a visual that's so obvious.
Absolutely. We think that within the very short, next few months to years, this is going to be possibly a requirement, certainly a huge advantage to ultrasound labs across the country, because it makes them much more efficient with all of the mapping that is necessary. And this thermography works really well both standing up and laying down. So it makes for a more efficient use of the ultrasonographer and the ultrasound lab itself.
If people want to find out more, how can they?
So we have free screenings at the SoFlo HEALTH offices. We have offices in Dade and Broward County. And if people want to find out more about ThermPix, they can go to www.usatherm.com, or they can go to www.thermpix.org. Either of those sites will take you and teach you more about thermography.
Well, Dr. SoFlo, thank you so much. It's an exciting time, as you said.
Great. Thank you, Hunter.
You got it. If you want to take your billiard skills to the next level in 2025, pool pro Tony Robles has some cues for you after the break on SoFlo HEALTH. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. What, no clapping this time? All right, okay, it doesn't mean as much now. Thank you. We're continuing our journey through some of our favorite stories that were helpful and healthy through 2024. So rack them up and get ready to head over to Beyond Billiards in Davie. There we had the opportunity earlier this year to learn some pool tricks and basics from Tony Robles. He's a professional pool player and billiards instructor that can take you from scratching to running the table. Where should we start?
First, let's start off with the stance. So you want to line up your body with the shot and make sure that you keep your body perfectly still. Let's assume that I have a shot here in the side pocket. Instead of approaching the shot from the side like most people do, you want to create a direct line from back here and make sure that you line up that cue stick to the intended aim point on the object ball. And make sure that if you're right-handed, your right foot is underneath the cue stick. Now my hand placement, which is what we call the bridge hand, the fingertips should be no more than 4 to 5 inches away from the cue ball. Let me have you make a fist. Plant it firmly on the table, nice and flat. Take your thumb and you're going to attach it to your knuckle as high as possible. Done correctly, you're gonna see the letter V. This is what we're looking for, the letter V right there. Your hand should be in a straight line with the rest of your arm from the elbow down. While maintaining the knuckles up in the air, you simply spread the fingers out like that. Perfect, that's it right there. That's a professional bridge. The cue ball is lined up, the cue stick is lined up to hit the center, right where the equator of the cue ball is, right? If you would want to hit the cue ball higher, all you need to do is move your fingers in a bit. And if you wanted to hit it lower, you just spread them out a little more. The only part of your body moves is the arm from the elbow down. The beautiful thing about mastering the fundamentals is that by mastering the fundamentals, you're limiting the amount of possibilities of missing a shot on the pool table to one reason and one reason only, incorrect aiming. You're going to line up the center of the cue ball to the center of that ghost ball, which is the orange ball. The orange ball represents the ghost ball. And then making sure that when you get down, you extend that line, this line right here, from here to there, extend it from the center of the cue ball to the center of the object ball. Now, when you're ready to shoot, you let me know so that I will remove this so that it will literally become a ghost ball that the cue ball will then replace.
I'm ready. We're back with Vita Vita Medical. Thank you both for joining us again.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Last time we spoke, we talked about sexual health and hormonal health, and that's still important, so let's do a quick recap on what we talked about last time. Why is it important to have my hormones in balance for sexual health?
So hormone imbalance just helps with everything. It's not only good for your brain, it's also good for your heart, but obviously being at a level that is good for the person, not just by the numbers of what a lab tells you.
And who does this affect most?
It affects all of us. It's men and women. Women go through menopause, which is their biggest change in hormonal issues, and men go through andropause. It's going to happen to all of us. So it affects us differently at different ages. Some get affected by parts of it early on. Sometimes it's lifestyle driven when you're working, if you're up all night, if you're having an unhealthy lifestyle with food and things like that. And that's why we look at it from a very one-on-one approach, but everybody's going to be affected by this.
And that ties into something else you mentioned before, which are peptides and a longevity aspect of your business. Can you explain that?
So as I kind of said earlier, when we're dealing with hormones, it's not a laboratory science, right? So we're looking at it from that point, but we know that there are certain places that we can't go. But there are things we can do to be able to get to that level safely and effectively. We use peptides, and a lot of our patients are finding that it's that extra edge that they're looking for to maintain healthy, very vibrant lifestyles as they grow older.
And Yesenia, when you see patients coming in, who do you think, well, this person would be a good candidate for peptides?
Whoever comes in, I mean, this is something that we would just look. It's not like it's like on a broad spectrum. You know, you kind of just say, okay, hey, this is what I'm feeling. So can you actually help me with this? Like we said before, it's not a cure. It's just to optimize your health. And we're just trying to get you back to how you were feeling before. So in that perspective, everyone and anyone can come in.
And what other options do you have for longevity?
So some of the things that we do offers are vitamins, as he said, the peptides, the IV therapy.
Is there anything else people should know about the longevity aspect of what you do?
You know, it's incredibly effective for patients. It's very affordable for patients. We like to try and keep it open for everybody. You know, not everybody can qualify for it, like I said. But the biggest thing I want to have out there is that these services are available. There's no reason that people need to age ungracefully or suffer from things or be overweight if they don't want to be.
If they'd like to learn more, how can they?
Yeah, they can give us a call at the number below or visit us on the website at vitavitaMedical.com.
Justin, Yesenia, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and we are wrapping up our special year-end episode of SoFlo Health, where we're just putting a cap on 2024. And if we take a quick look back at what we've covered here today, we have the healing journey we went on over at Tomorrow's Rainbow, the tips that Dr. Kyle Krupa gave us to help battle tech neck, the inspiring story of Rocco Mangel, and of course his delicious food, and the impressive trick shots and useful tips we got from Tony Robles over at Beyond Billiards. It's been a full rack of incredible moments. As we say goodbye to 2024, we'll chalk it up as a year of growth, resilience, and community. And if you thought that was great, I'll cue you in that 2025 is going to be even bigger and better, because health doesn't take a break. We'll learn how 80% of this local business's staff are individuals with autism and how they're helping other businesses provide more work opportunities for people on the autism spectrum. Plus, this restaurant's food is almost entirely sourced from Florida and only serves fresh seasonal dishes. Here's to a happy, healthy New Year, South Florida. We'll see you in 2025 with more stories, more inspiration, and maybe even a few more bad puns. Now, our puns may be bad, but SoFlo Home Project host and design expert Elena Capra's taste is incredible. So let's see what's happening later today on SoFlo Home Project.
Hi Hunter, Happy New Year. So we are wrapping things up for 2024 today. Later today on SoFlo Home Project, we take a look back at some of our most inspiring home designs and advice from this past year.
Thanks, Elena. We'll be watching. And if you would like to catch up on anything we showed you here today or just do some reminiscing of your own, you can do so on SoFloShows.com to catch up on any previous episodes of SoFlo Health. And of course, you can stay in touch with us and share with us what you're doing to stay healthy using @SoFlo Health. Until next year, it's goodbye and good health. All right, which brownie should I eat?